wanted to talk about something I've been doing lately with the hopes that maybe it would catch on, maybe other people would want to try it, and maybe in doing so, it would make the world a better place. It started with this idea about superheroes and the thought of being a dad myself and with kids in a house and a car and 2 cars, all that stuff. I have very little time for much aside from my responsibilities, my job, the things I need to take care of and do. And I thought, none of the superheroes in movies ever have that. They're always kind of individuals with very little responsibilities from that perspective. And I thought, what if superheroes didn't look for any opportunities to make the world a better place? What if they just took care of their own families? And what if they just didn't have time or didn't care to make the effort to look around them and see where they can make a difference in the world? And I thought, would they still be superheroes, or would they just be super? That sure, they'd take care of their family and protect their kids and all that, but aside from that, wouldn't really make much difference in the world. Certainly wouldn't be the heroes that are portrayed in the movies. And I thought, what about if we as Christians have the power of the Almighty God at our disposal, if that's true? I believe it is. I believe in God. I believe it's all-powerful. If you're a Christian and you believe the same thing, if you really believe in a powerful, almighty creator God, then we also believe, I believe, hopefully you do too if you're a Christian, that you can pray and use that power of His to do things at your request. So He's not a vending machine, right? He doesn't do everything we ask. It's not a magic genie in the bottle where we get whatever we want, but He's a God who listens, a God who cares, and a God who answers prayer requests and changes things based on those requests. It essentially changes the world. Miracles happen. Things are affected. So if we have that power at our disposal of the Almighty God, and we're Christians, what are we doing to use it? Are we looking for opportunities in the world to make a difference? We have, essentially, superhero power. But most of the time, I think as Christians, and maybe I don't want to speak generically about everybody, but for myself and a lot of people I know, you may pray for your own family. You may pray for your church or something that will come to your attention. But by and large, I think that's something that's been absent in most of what I know and the people that I know. So I started to kind of think of how I can run with this idea and what I should do with it and about it. And what I came up with, or what I started doing, my wife and I, is we take time on Saturday, or if it doesn't work on Saturday, we'll do it on Sunday or Monday, whatever fits in, once a week, and we have the kids and ourselves get on the computer or get on a newspaper or, just some source of news, and we break apart and look for things that need fixing or praying or helping in the world. And once we find those things, we get back together. After a certain period of time, I've got a book that I've been writing in the specific requests, the things that we're noticing in the world, news events, and putting them down on a list under that specific date. And then we all get together, and we, there's 5 of us, so we assign some of the things to each of us. We're praying for the things that need help in the world. And so I had another idea, too, to keep rolling with this superhero concept. And I thought it would be cheesy or stupid, or the kids wouldn't like it at their age. I wasn't sure. And we mentioned it to them anyway. I mentioned it to my wife. She mentioned it to them, of getting capes for us all. And so they actually really liked it. They thought it was fun. So we went to Party City, and we went to their wall where they have all the costumes, different colors, and we each picked a colored cape for ourselves. We have a different color for each of us, and the plan is next time we do this to put on the capes and take up our superhero responsibilities. I guess in a sense, I don't know who's seen the movie The Incredibles, but I really love that movie. I think that's one of my favorite animated movies. So it's kind of basically, attacking world problems from a superhero perspective as a family. And the hard part about it is that it's hard to know what effect, if any, we've had. The news stories, usually they broadcast and post the negative part of the news, what the bad thing is that happened, but you don't really know what effect afterward your prayers might have on environmentally ravaged or weather ravaged areas, or shooting or terrorism attacks or whatever. You don't know what your prayers are going to do, or what effect happens afterward, because the news doesn't really talk about that, just the event itself. So it's not a perfect plan, but it is. You can also incorporate local things that are going on, people, friends, family, teachers, whatever, that need prayer too. So that's it. It's the superheroes among us idea, that we can all, if we're Christians, and we do have access to an almighty God, and he's there and he listens. If that's all true, then we have the opportunity to be superheroes ourselves and make a difference in the world. But you have to make a point. If that's true, you have to make a point to do it, and use that power. So hopefully you like the idea, and hopefully some other people will maybe try to incorporate that with their families, and maybe it would make the world a better place. Thanks.